Next, we have school board member parent Jason Monaco.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jason Monaco. I'm a parent, also on a couple school boards. I'm not here to represent the school boards. That's clear. Should be a potential conflict or something. I think one of the main reasons I probably got on the school board was because of the COVID stuff that was going on. Actually, one of the first protests that I've ever gone to in my whole life was in front of the Cabot school. Amy was out there with like 4 or 5 of us protesting the masks that the kids had to go and wear when they went to school, which didn't make any sense to me at all because I'm a carpenter. I've done a fair amount of sheetrocking, stand sheetrock dust, and they were saying make your own masks and you wear these cloth masks. And I was like, well, if I ever wore one of those when I was standing in sheetrock, I'd end up with a nose full of dust, white dust. I said, well, that doesn't make sense. How is that supposed to keep out the virus? So that was one of my main triggers there. This doesn't make sense. And some of the other stuff, you know, just thinking back, the kids had to wear masks when they were outside playing soccer, in a basketball gym playing basketball. And I got, like, since I didn't really believe it all, and I guess I get a little feisty and told what to do. I would go and I'd take the kids' masks and I'd take some tiny little cutting scissors, I'd cut all the inside layers out of all the masks, so that when they went to school, they had the bare minimum on their faces so that they could breathe. It was pretty funny. I even did it with like the surgical mask. You could totally see my whole face. And I had my son wear that to school. Oh, you can't wear that mask. That one doesn't work well. Which ones do? This is his response. They didn't like that. You know, that's pretty much all I really, you know, everybody has already said most of the stuff. The one thing that just came up recently was in the supervisory union level. There was a policy recommendation from the Vermont School Board Association, and it's just I haven't really looked at it yet. I haven't had time. But the first couple things in the policy were talking about social distancing in schools and wearing masks in schools. And so I put it to Amy's attention, and we're thinking about that right now. But the supervisory union actually adopted that policy. Supervisory union. This stuff is still happening. They're still talking about it, which is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I didn't write a lot. Anybody has any questions or anything? I'll field some of those.
I have a question. Didn't they say that children really didn't get sick from COVID anyway, and there was no fatalities, or even they didn't get it in a bad way? I mean, and yet they're still making children do all that stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Teachers.
Yeah. One of the things, you know, if you believe masks work and you want to wear a mask because you believe it protects you, go right ahead. I'm fine with that. Even if you're outside or in your car by yourself. I'm okay with that. I think it's enjoyable. But yeah, that was one of the things is like, I'm one with the rest of you. I think I had COVID before they even said COVID was out there. You know, my family had already been sick and this and that. And like, I think we already had it. Isn't there some kind of natural immunity thing? And I wasn't super paying attention to what was going on. I got scared. I did what the rest of us were doing, you know, because I didn't have any access to like real news, real factual information that I could trust. So I went along with a bunch of this stuff, which was, you know, in retrospect, I will not do that again. That's it.
Thank you.